Today, we're going to talk about reconnecting to your intuition because this is such an important part of the process and something I spend a ton of time on with my one-to-one clients. After a lifetime of silencing and suppressing yourself, living up to other people's expectations, even trying to stay safe and fit in this matrix programming, we start to lose connection to our intuition. And I spend a lot of time with clients helping them reconnect to it because sometimes it's giving them a warning, sometimes it's trying to guide them to something, and it can bring up chaos and confusion, even sometimes paranoia of what's happening if we're not connected to our intuition. Your intuition is also what's going to guide you forward on this journey, right? We don't need to be walking blindly through anything. We can walk through aligned to our intuition, which is always clearing the path for us. So you were born intuitive. You are already naturally intuitive. Every single person on this earth has spiritual gifts. There's nobody on this earth that was born without spiritual gifts. It's just whether or not you have tapped into them, whether or not you have honed them, whatever it is, right? Your body and your energy always know. Your body and your energy always know, and they will react. And then the logic will try to take over. And when the logic tries to insert itself into the process, that's where the confusion happens, okay? This is where you start outsourcing yourself, your truth, this is where you outsource truth and trust to teachers, systems, external validations. It's where you ignore your own needs. It's where you make decisions based on what others are saying or expecting, or even just where you silence yourself to keep the peace. So I've had a lot of clients that when I start working to them one-to-one, especially if they're coming out of any codependent dynamic, start to outsource themselves even to me. And I have to say, hey, you need to trust your intuition. You can't be running every decision of your life by me or by your guides or by whoever. You need to start reconnecting to yourself. I don't even do that. I trust my intuition to guide me. In fact, when I'm so excited or lit up about an idea, I won't even like tap in with my guides. I just go. And then there are times where I do want guidance, but you can't be outsourcing every decision outside of yourself. And here's the thing, we were born with an internal compass. We've just broken it. So we've got to kind of like reconnect. So your intuition can come through in a lot of ways. It can be sensations and feelings, energetic shifts, random thoughts, emotional surges, creative downloads, dreams, chills, feeling hot, like so many different ways. So I want you to start to notice. You might notice right now, like, oh, I always get the chills, or when I hear things that really resonate, I get the chills, or I'll give you an example. For me, my intuition speaks often in loops, in thought loops. So if somebody says something to me and it's like on the surface seems totally fine, but I keep rerunning that one sentence in my head, that is my intuition being like, danger, danger, we recognize that frequency, danger, danger. And here's the thing, what used to happen is I couldn't logically understand. So I'd be like, I don't know why I'm looping on this. What they're saying on the surface, it seems fine. I wouldn't find out until months later what was happening, right? And they literally told me in some way, but my intuition, I had silenced it. Now, when I am looping on something someone says, that is my intuition. That is my intuition being like, danger, something's going on here. I'm trying to get your attention. Now, my job is to listen to my intuition, not understand it. Your intuition is not meant to be understood. It is meant to be heard and listened to. Done. Like, don't try to understand it. If I try to understand what my intuition is telling me, I'm never going to fully logically grasp it because I'm responding. My body is responding to a frequency. I can read the energy. The energy, there's something there that all I can logically attach it to is something that they said. And when I can't understand why, I will bypass it, right? This is also why when we meet someone and it's like, ooh, I don't like that person, but I don't know why. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be judgmental. I think I'm just being judgmental. I think I'm being a bitch. I should just, and you start to talk yourself out of it. And it's like, it had nothing to do with the person. You're recognizing a frequency. So this is something your brain can't logically tap into, right? So this is also why like sometimes you'll be driving and you'll be like, oh, I don't think I should go to that gas station right now. And then you find out later there was like a shooting there or something. Like, this is your intuition talking to you at all times. So I want you to start to pay attention. Jot down right now, do you already know how your intuition talks to you? Even if you only know some of the ways, right? So maybe you walk into a room and you can read the energy, right? That's your intuition. Maybe you can sense things. Like maybe you can sense how I think often people refer to themselves as empaths, and you can be an empath, but that's also you intuiting the energy and what's happening. So I want you to just go through and think about all the times your intuition was right. When have you like just known something and you were right? When have you gotten like a thought or a dream or something and then it happened? When have you done something that you had this feeling you shouldn't do and it didn't turn out right? Like, I want you to go through and understand the times when your intuition was spot on, the times when you listened, the times when you didn't. We got to look at all of these things so we can start to find like, okay, when I shouldn't be doing something, that's how it feels in my body. Even if I can't logically understand it, I have to listen to what my body says. My body says no. maybe in the past, my body said no, but my mind was like, well, I don't know why you're saying no, so I'm going to keep doing it. We're changing that now, okay? So your intuition is meant to be heard and listened to. You don't have to understand it. And in fact, as soon as you start trying to understand or explain your intuition to somebody, you are going to talk yourself right out of what your intuition is trying to tell you. Some of the blocks, right? Overthinking, needing logic, self-doubt and second guessing, the fear of being wrong, outsourcing your decisions to people, trauma, hypervigilance, a fear of what intuition will ask you to listen to. Because also a lot of times your intuition is guiding you to do the thing that you are meant to do but are afraid to do, like be seen or heal or find love or whatever this is, right? So I want you to go through and I want you to journal on all of that in this worksheet. And then I want you to just start to rebuild trust. So every day, tap in. And I usually do like 5 minutes of breath work. Up to you if you want to do breath work or meditate, but I usually just try to get into like a deep connection. And I just say, what does my intuitive guidance want me to know right now? What is my intuition telling me right now? What does my inner self want me to know right now? And I allow all of this to come through. Once I get that, in the beginning, I wouldn't get anything. It took me a little while. In the beginning, I wouldn't get anything, but then I started getting things. And sometimes it would just feel like a thought. It didn't necessarily feel like a download or guidance. It was just like a thought. And then after I do that, I'll ask, what do my guides want me to know? And then next time you're faced with a decision, before you make the decision, I want you to check in with your body, because your body always knows. Your body does not try to make sense of. It knows. Only your brain is trying to make sense of. And I want you to journal with your intuition. Write a question that you're trying, or decision, like a question about a decision you're trying to make, and then free write whatever comes through. When you're making decisions, I want you to pay attention to when it's like an immediate yes. What does that feel like in your body, or an immediate no? Track what happens when you start following your intuition versus when you override it, right? Sometimes we see the instant results of that. Sometimes it's a little bit further down the road, but this helps you to start to reconnect and rebuild your intuition. And then I want to talk a little bit about intuition versus fear, because they can feel similar, especially in trauma patterns. So intuition is calm and it's a clear knowing. It's a grounded yes or no. It's expansion, it's warmth, it's a gentle nudge, it's a quiet whisper that repeats itself, it's resonance in your body. Fear comes from urgency. There's panic, there's pressure, there's like, if I don't do this now, I can never do it. You're missing your opportunity, or that's fear, right? Over analyzing and spiraling on it. The urgency to act, the dread or the tightness, the contraction, it's ego driven. Just start to pay attention to how it feels. It should feel calm and clear. It should feel like you don't have to second guess it. Often it can feel like there's nothing there if you're not taking time to listen. So that's why we're getting to know our intuition, right? And then just remember, like, you don't have to be more healed, more spiritual, more connected, more certain. Your intuition is already speaking to you. It always has been, and it has not stopped. It's just we have stopped listening or paying attention to it. And then we stopped trusting it. And then we started trying to make sense of it. And then we started trying to fit it into this world that is not based off of intuition. So it might be a little bit foreign at first. Just give yourself the time and the space. Your intuition will guide you in this journey, and it knows the safest, most effective, most beautiful path for you and your soul, not anything outside of you. So don't ever outsource your decisions. Don't ever outsource your truth. It is always within you.